How's it going, everybody? Hope everyone is having a great summer so far. It is August 15th, about 7:26, and it is Thursday, and we're headed to the weekend. So I actually had off work today, and just been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of soul searching, thinking about the year, different changes that have happened over the past 6 months to 9 months, changes that I'm going through now, and a little bit of everything. And I wanted to hop on this video and talk about a subject that I've been going through, and also a subject that other people that I follow, social media influencers, people of that nature, have kind of been talking about as well recently. And it's the whole idea of, finding your wall. And so to back up a little bit, a lot of things have happened in my life this past year that have been both good and bad, a lot of different changes, a lot of stress, a lot of emotions, good and bad, happy, sad, a little bit of everything. I mean, I've gone through an array of different things this year, and, when you go through a lot of events in a small amount of time, it puts you in a weird situation where at moments you aren't really absorbing everything that's happening to you. Things happen so quickly that you don't have time to kind of process it. You just kind of go on through the next day, the next day, the next day, next day, next thing, next event, next person, whatever it may be, and you don't have time to kind of process what's going on. And there's sometimes where you hit that tipping point, that breaking point where it more or less all comes crashing down. You get that realization, right? And so I wanted to talk about this idea of finding your wall. So most of you know, or most of us know, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, right? The Rock, the actor, the wrestler, the football player, the entrepreneurial, this big giant man who's been super, super successful with his career in all forms. And I wanted to talk about a story that has really pushed him in his life, and I think it's really applicable not only to my life, but I think it's applicable to your life as well. And so The Rock talks about how he used to play football for the University of Miami, and was very good Division I athlete, killing it, and had dreams and aspirations to go to the NFL and make it big and obviously become a millionaire, be super successful, and live happily ever after. Well, to make a long story short, he didn't make it into the NFL, ended up going to the Canadian Professional League, and eventually got cut. And in his mid-20s, had to move back into his parents' home with only $7 left in his name. And he talks about this story because it's such a turning point in his life and what he went through, and it's been that one thing that's always pushed him and made him work harder and harder and harder. And so he talks about the idea of $7 and how remembering that day where he looked down and he only had $7 in his pocket and nothing else scared him so much that he decided to make changes in his life. He decided to switch up his habits, to make better decisions, to put himself in a better environment, to do things that other people weren't willing to do things that he wasn't willing to do in the past, and how those little steps that he took have forever changed his life and his career and the way that he lives his everyday life. And I want to talk about that because I feel that we all have a wall or something that we fear that can push us, right? I have a lot of different walls, right, that I use. One of my walls is definitely financially, right? I definitely want financial freedom in my life, and I have lived in a household where finances were an issue. I've been through a family that's been through bankruptcy, foreclosure, so on and so forth, and all that stuff. And it's not fun, and it definitely has caused a lot of pain in my life. And anybody who's really close to me definitely knows that, and that is one of my walls. And I never want to live a life where I don't feel like I have enough money. I never want to live a life where I feel like I can't do things. I never want to live a life where I feel like I can't provide for my family. I never want to live a life where I just can't be me and enjoy the fine things in life and worry about paying bills or anything like that, right? And that's my wall. And so my question for you guys today is, what is your wall? What is that one thing that you're afraid of, that you don't want to go back to? Is it something in your past, or is it something that you're at right now? Is it something that your parents went through? Something that your kids are going through? What is that wall that scares you every day, right? Use that to propel you forward, to make better decisions, right? If you're unhappy with your job, change your job. If you're unhappy with the people that you're surrounding yourself with, change your network, right? If you're unhappy with how you look, go work out, right? What is your wall? What's that thing that every day is in the back of your mind that you're afraid of, that reminds you of that dark place that you were at, or that dark place that you don't want to go? use that to push you. Keep it in the front of your mind. Don't bury it. Don't stray away from it, right? Keep it in the front of your mind and acknowledge it every day and use that to push yourself, to make better decisions, to make better habits. And that will make the difference in your life. That will change your life. If you use your fear to propel you and use that as a motivating factor instead of, holding you back, that's when your life will change. That is when your life will change. When you acknowledge fear, embrace it with all your heart, and use it to push yourself. And so my challenge for you guys today is sit down with yourself for a little while in a quiet area, zone out, get a pen and paper out, a pad, or even your phone and take notes. What is that wall? What's that one thing in life that you don't want to happen, or that has happened you don't want to go to? And use that to push you every day. Put it in the forefront of your mind and make it push you every day to create a better life for you. Whatever that means to you, whatever that successful point you want to be at, whatever it is, allow your fear to push you. And keep it in the forefront of your mind. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please hit like at the bottom if you feel you got something from it. And comment down below what your fear is. I'm super interested to hear about that. And if you have any questions, as always, DM me. If you haven't yet, please hit subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great weekend.